All right, everybody, welcome back to the Buckbuster Season 5, where we talk about anything and everything hockey. I am Jeff, followed by my three co-hosts of tonight.
2, 3.
Well, counting me.
Oh, Otis.
And Otis.
Oh, that's right.
Otis.
Our unofficial official mascot, right, Odie? He's about to go to nap time.
Yep.
So. All right. Well,
How's
welcome back.
it? Yep.
Better friggin' late than never, right?
Yeah, kind of a little later than normal, but that's okay.
Yeah, no, not stuff behind the scenes that we haven't been able to all get into the studio, but life happens.
Yep.
It does, in fact.
Life does happen, whether we want it to or not. So.
Life's going to be happening here in a big way here in
Couple weeks.
about 3 weeks now.
Yeah. I was talking to your mom about it at work today, Ethan. And,
Yeah, that's exciting.
otherwise, how's your guys' summer? Anything eventful? Anything notable?
Very busy. Very busy. Did a couple fun things. Went to a NASCAR race a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, you were up in Watkins Glen.
That was fun. Very big track, but it's really nice. I think what's nice about Watkins, it's at least semi-close to Erie, so it's kind of, so you can take a day trip up there and come back.
What is it? It's only a 3 or 4 hour drive.
It's about 3.5, 4.
Okay, I mean, still not bad. So.
Well, initially I stayed the night there, my mom and I, because we were going to initially plan to go to the state park. That's literally right in town there. But we didn't. We decided last minute not to, which will maybe next summer I'll just take a weekend up, like a day up trip up there.
Yeah, get like an Airbnb and go up and actually enjoy it. And, you have a place to go that's in town.
Yeah, like Watkins Glen itself, it's like literally right the town itself. It's literally right off of the lake, a little lake that they have right there. Like it's a little town, but it's like really, really beautiful. Like it kind of like parts of it reminds me of Pittsburgh.
3 hours and 15 minutes from here.
Oh, from studio. All right, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
I can make it 2:30.
Oh, easy.
Easily.
Yeah, but
If I had my ADT car, I can make it there in around 2.
Yeah, but yeah, Watkins Glen was a lot of fun. I think it would be fun for even if all of us went one time, it would just at least experience it. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I've never actually been to a NASCAR race.
Same here.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of drag racing events, but
I'm hoping to maybe go some World of Outlaws races here in the coming couple years. I've been really getting into the dirt racing scene and that. But
those motherfuckers are crazy.
they're insane. But yeah, that was fun. And then obviously went to a bunch of local Seawolf baseball teams, which back-to-back champions. Let's go. And then first Steelers game I went to was preseason. That was fun. Other than that, just busy with work.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Well, it's just been a lot of planning for shit. We had the bachelor party a few weeks back.
It's been over a month, Ethan.
Has it been over a
And
month?
last full week of August.
That's right.
Yeah, because
I thought it was end of September that we went.
No, because I remember I took the.
It's been about 6 weeks.
Yeah, I took the Wednesday through Sunday off. The Wednesday prior, it's the Sunday off. So it's end of August, last full weekend, which it's seriously been that long.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That just tells you how time is flying.
We had that. That was fun. I still have scars.
From the welts of, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, no, I still genuinely have like actual fucking scars on my arms.
I'm not surprised. I wonder if John still has the scars on his knuckles from being.
He does. At least the one on his left hand, he has the scar on his knuckle.
Oh my gosh. But,
When you got, hey, if anybody watches our show plays airsoft, just remember, wear gloves.
Yeah, I know the hard way because not
Wear
wearing
gloves and wear a plate carrier at the least.
Yeah, because I've worn non-gloves and getting hit in the fingers hurts.
Sucks.
That sucks.
Oh my gosh. But, you know, and like Ethan said, big date for him coming up here. And, you know, well,
Few weeks I'll be getting married.
you're gonna be putting a ring on that. So
I still think it's funny that Jake and I have a wedding on the same day.
I know. It's weird. But
Yeah, because I remember he messaged me not too long ago saying, "Bro, when's your wedding?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's the end of October." He's like, "Yeah, funny thing. Our wedding's the exact same day." I'm like, "Cool."
I think him and Kyle ended up talking about it there for a hot minute, so.
Yeah.
Either way, too, my closest friends are getting married. That's within the next couple weeks. That's kind of awesome, and that.
Yeah, it's exciting.
We're all getting old. by the way.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. If you told me that I was going to be ending this year,
A married man.
a married man, I don't know if I would have quite believed it. But here the hell we are.
Alright, let's get into it, gents.
Yep.
So, first things first, like we always do, let's go into news around the OHL. Go ahead, Jeffy.
First and foremost, we'll start because we are a couple weeks behind. Oh, at least a week. Let's see. On this one thing we will get into at the end, we're going to talk about doing standings, so we'll get to that in a few minutes. Just had to bring them up. Back on September 25th, OHL's first in the 2024 draft. OHL's first overall, Ethan Batelowitz of the Windsor Spitfire gets his first OHL point off an Anthony Cristofaro for the Saginaw Spirit. And then as of September 27th, and these are all on September 27th, Beckham Edwards of the Sarnia Sting gets his first career OHL goal versus the Windsor Spitfire. Evan Passmore of the Barrie Colts gets his first career OHL goal versus the Sudbury Wolves. Andrei Lushenko of the Niagara Ice Dogs gets his first career OHL goal versus the Ottawa 67s. Christian Epperson of the Saginaw Spirit gets his first career OHL goal versus Sioux. And then David Holub, Carson Andrew, and Brady Smith of the Sioux Greyhounds all get their first career goals in that same game. Daniel Skotorov and Alex McLean of the Guelph Storm get their first career OHL goal versus the Owen Sound Attack. And then Pierce Bayou of the Owen Sound Attack gets his first career goal in that same game. And then Captain Porter Martin, the projected first overall in the NHL draft this year, of the Brampton Steelheads, gets the first goal since March 29th of 2013 in Brampton against the Brantford Bulldogs. Jack Ivankovic of the Brampton Steelheads gets his second career shutout in the 21 season, a 7-0 victory.
You mean the Mississauga Steelheads, right?
Yeah, it's still gonna. What's one thing is actually kind of funny about Brampton is that after the game against Erie the following night for the Otters home opener, like even Stan Butler said he's still calling them Mississauga. He's like, I coached in Brampton when they were with the North Bay Battalion when North Bay was up there. So he's like Brampton's gonna. He's like Mississauga's gonna be always be where the Steelheads are from. Which
Yeah.
I thought that comment was kind of funny from Stan Butler.
I understand why they moved. It's just, I'm sorry. It's always going to be Mississauga.
Yeah.
Like, end of the day, that's
And
what's
then getting Brampton and Brantford mixed up, that's just gonna be That's gonna be
Oh.
hard all year, honestly.
That's what she said.
Giggity.
Luca Morelli of the Oshawa General gets his 100th career OHL point versus the Kingston Frontenacs. Noah Erlin of the Erie Otters gets his first career OHL win in a 32 of 34 shots in a 5-2 victory against the Kitchener Rangers. He looks really good so far. Just
Who is this?
the new goaltender for Erie, Noah Erlin from Sweden.
Oh yeah,
The big.
the Swede.
Yeah, he's looked pretty good so far. Brampton, I kind of understood why they just got blown out, just because I figured Brampton was going to be really good. And then as of September 28th, Ethan Patelis of the Windsor Spitfire gets his first career OHL goal, and it slashed his first multi-goal/point versus the Kitchener Rangers, and he also got a hat trick in that game, so his first career hat trick.
Oh, sweet.
Ethan Garden and Jean-Christophe Lemieux of the Windsor Spitfire get their first career OHL goal. Blake Aerosmith and Reen Van Boom of the London Knights get their first career OHL goal versus the Flint Firebirds. Alex Medvedev of the London Knights, in a 33 saves, gets his first career win in a 5-2 victory versus the Flint Firebirds. In that same game, Ryan Fillinger of the Flint Firebirds gets his first career OHL goal. Sudbury Wolves head coach Scott Burney gets his first career win as head coach versus Sioux Greyhounds.
Shaberny.
Blake Clayton of the Sudbury Wolves gets his first career goal. Eric Muxlow of the Sioux Greyhound gets his first career OHL goal. Charlie Coryu of the North Bay Battalion in a 23 saves gets his first career win in a 4-1 victory against the Barrie Colts. September 30th, Max Crete of the Niagara Ice Dogs gets his first career goal versus the Kingston Frontenacs. Brooks Rogowski of the Oshawa Generals gets his first career OHL point off a Tristan DeSelli goal against the Ottawa 67. Kiwan the Exocon of the Ottawa 67 gets his first career OHL point off of a Will Gear goal in that game. Philip Ekberg of the Ottawa 67 gets his first career OHL goal. Dallas Stars prospect Emo Hemming of the Barrie Colts gets his first career OHL goal versus the Brampton Steelheads. Joey Kazano of the Windsor Spitfire gets his second career shutout in a 27 saves versus the Sioux Greyhounds in a 5-0 victory. With that shutout, it gives the Windsor Spitfire their 100th shutout in their franchise.
Good for them.
Yep. October 4th, Noah Abafon of the London Knights gets his first career OHL goal versus the Erie Otters. Cameron Cadorna of the Sioux Greyhounds gets his first career OHL goal versus the Guelph Storm. Hudson Chicharani of the Sudbury Wolves gets his first career OHL goal versus the Peterborough Petes. Calgary Flames prospect Jacob Tangela gets his 100th career OHL point. And Pittsburgh Penguins prospect Emo Pinanemi of the Kingston Frontenacs gets his first career OHL goal versus the North Bay Battalion. And then October 6th, today's date, Evan Mullet of the Sarnia Sting gets his first career OHL win in a 19 saves and a 2-1 victory versus the Barrie Colts. I had that one wrong. I have to relook who they played, but Lars and Sonarvi of the Oshawa Generals gets his first career OHL goal versus the Barrie Colts. And then with Sarnia, they played. I'm bringing it up now. They played Sioux today, so they beat Sioux. And then I think one thing is, I think we're all very excited, cannot wait for, as of recording and as of this episode releases tomorrow, 95 days to Connor McDavid gets his official number 97 retired by the Erie Otters.
Finally up in the rafters
Of
of the EIA.
Yeah, he'll become the third number retired by the Otters. Brad Boyce is number 16, and then Vincent Scott's on number 18 in that. And that's honestly very exciting. I know the Otters have made, they came out with a statement and actually it was funny, they, when they announced it yesterday on September, excuse me, October 5th, it was the 13th anniversary of McDavid's first goal at the EIA and that. So I thought that was kind of cool that not only 97 days to his retirement, but 13 years to the exact of his first goal in the EIA.
Which is crazy, how everything lines up. 13 years to the day of his first goal, 97 days away from, his jersey being retired. And not only that, but looking at the NHL schedule, McDavid will play in Pittsburgh on January 9th, and he'll play in Chicago on January 11th. So he will be making a pit stop in Erie for that night before he heads over to Chicago, which will be, cool thing to see.
Yeah, and then obviously McDavid's made a comment, and both Jim Waters and Dave Brown, they said in a comment, this is from McDavid, he's like, I chose to wear number 97 when I was 7 years old because that's the year I was born. At the time, I had no idea picking that number would become such a big part of me. Never, not in my wildest dreams, did I think it would hang in the rafters forever, said McDavid. I want to thank the Erie Otters organization for their incredible honor, and also thanks to all my former teammates and all of the Otters fans. So it's going to be very...
He's only 7 months older than what I am.
Yeah.
He was born January 13th of 97.
So he'll be celebrating his right after he's...
Well, right before.
Yeah.
He turned 28.
Yeah, he'll be turned 28 right after his jersey is retired. So I think it's kind of honestly an exciting weekend for him. Not only getting to play some multiple games, but... And at this point, he's going to be over 1,000 points.
If he continues to play the way that he's played the past couple seasons, he hands down will be over. Again, assuming that he stays healthy during the season.
Again,
He would have been a lot closer if he didn't get injured his rookie season. But
injured, and then obviously those two shortened seasons in 1920 and then 2021.
He definitely would have hit it by middle of last season.
Yeah.
At that point.
But honestly,
for sure.
it's very well deserved. I think not just only as we obviously think we'll brag about it, get to see this kid play for our team at 50, coming in at 15, and then now look at him now, he's one of the biggest superstars.
He's the face of the NHL.
Yep.
I mean,
Excuse me. To say that we saw him play every single night for at most $20. Watch him play in the minors for at most $20, night in and night out. See this kid perform miracles of nights per se, and it's a bragging right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't. I know we're gonna keep bragging about it. I know, but I think it's just. I think we have the rights to just the fact that every single night, every single week for 3 years, we got to watch him play for our team, and so I think we're very fortunate, very lucky to watch McDavid not only grow as a person, but as a player as well.
That was when I was in the Army. That was because my unit was right down outside of Pittsburgh, and so a lot of them were hockey fans, and that was one of my bragging rights. Was I remember getting to see McDavid play for less than $20.
I remember when I lived in Tampa there for a while. Obviously I worked and I lived with a bunch of Lightning fans. And being the only fan of Pittsburgh, being the odd man out. But the one thing I had a leg up on on them was again seeing McDavid, live in the flesh in Wimbledon.
When he was a kid.
When he was a kid, for again under $20, which is $20 USD. For those of you who don't live in country in the States, but it's just
What the hell is wrong with you? Actually, I don't blame you for not living in the States at this current point in time.
Rick. I don't think either.
I know as we get closer to his jersey retirement, we'll be talking about as it gets closer and closer. Because I know we're all very excited for it.
Oh, absolutely.
But they already brought up that they will be doing a lot of like giveaways, like special memorabilia stuff, leading up to his. I know they already mentioned the Otters. The Otters will be wearing specialty warm-up jerseys of the McDavid era. So it's actually something similar to what I'm actually wearing.
They need to bring that one back.
I'd definitely say it's a throwback, alternate, I personally think if they don't were to go not rebrand back to these colors, at least have it as a throwback alternate in that, So obviously have to retire one of, more likely, excuse me, the silver jerseys, which I would assume that'd probably be the one that would go. I would replace that one with one of, a retro version of what I'm wearing.
No, the kids' night jerseys, bro.
The kids take over jerseys.
Yeah, no thanks. I'll take a hard pass on that.
Yeah, and I guess
Don't let Colin fool you. He's got a closet of them.
I guess we're
Not that style jersey. You fuck. You bum.
That was a heavy F.
I was like, should I say it? I'm gonna drop the F bomb. So keep it all. Keep it balls, fucker. Keep it balls, tug there, fucker. All right.
Yep. I think that's all we have for now. For when it comes to McDavid in year, I think it will be something we talk about as we get closer to retirement night and that. So I think, I think we're all definitely excited for. But as for the Otters, they've had a pretty good start so far. Split both weekends.
Yeah, they're 2-2. Right now in the Midwest division, they're tied for first. Well, Guelph has the tiebreaker because they have a game in hand, but we're technically tied for first in the Midwest. We are 6th in the conference and 12th in the league. Or we're tied for 10th in the league. Sorry.
Yeah, I would say so far they've looked really good. Brampton was the only one I saw what I feared. That was probably the toughest one. Was their weakest game, but obviously with Brampton being a really stacked team, with all their additions they added in the off season, Noah Erlin has looked really good. Obviously,
Holy shit.
Kerry Terrance, Sam Alfano.
That Fearland once Eddie got healthy.
They've never seemed like they haven't lost a beat since the postseason.
Speaking of Brampton, they just lost Niagara tonight, 7-3.
Oof.
Wait.
And I know they had Jacob Gibbons in net tonight as well, so that was kind of.
Yeah, he gave up 5 goals and 21 shots or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of embarrassing, but I mean, I'm not gonna act surprised to give you. That definitely seemed like the kind of player, the goaltender he was. Good person, but not a good goaltender. Not at all.
We still have Burnsy though, don't we?
Yeah.
Burnsy's our number 2.
He had his first start last night against Saginaw.
Because I remember the last time I went and saw him play, dude, he was a fucking stud.
Yeah,
his first start was last night against Saginaw. I mean, he was for everything that Saginaw did last night. It was just hard to get past. They were just seemed like everything was going in for Saginaw almost. So it's nothing.
Yeah, and
good. He played great. It's just seemed like it was just unfortunate. Nice shots and that.
Yeah, and we, just like Brampton at the home opener, we just, in Okie, like he was hot that night. We ran into a really hot goaltender.
Yeah,
and,
Jack Ivakovic, I knew once he was starting, I knew he was gonna be an issue in that, like, for the Otters and that.
Yeah, so, I mean, it is still a good showing. It just, we came out losing that night, but.
I'll say a lot of the newer guys that are kind of making their debuts, like Gabriel Frasca, since coming over from Sarnia, he's looked really good in that. Like, especially with that chemistry with Spence and that, like, he's had, like, it's.
Yeah,
I really like that a lot, seeing that tandem together in that so far. Tyler Challengers has been pretty solid. Like, he hasn't gotten his goal yet or point yet, but like Royston, he's really gotten grittier in this.
Which is good. Going into potentially a second full season with the Otters on as the full timer,
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what you need, exactly what you expect out of as of right now, bottom 6 forward, but he has the potential of being top 6, maybe even top 9. Speaking of OHL, why didn't we say we go into our predictions? I know the season's already started, but
I don't.
Yeah, this is something new. We decided we're going to do this year. We were going to look at like where we think teams are going to be sitting at by the time we begin the.
Just wing it. Ethan, you're usually pretty good at that. So.
Yeah.
For the OHL?
Yeah. Like I said, you're usually pretty good at that. You're not like other members in the studio,
I think for the OHL we will start in the East just because I think the West we like the West. I think is the best. But why don't you start, Colin?
Sure. I'll go, bottom to top. In 14th place, I have the Niagara Ice Clocks. 13 through 10, I got nobody. Hot takes here. Number 9, the Steelheads from Brampton. Brampton Steelheads, not the Mississaugas. Brampton. 8th place, North Bay. 7th place, you got the 67ers. 6th place, you got Kingston Frontenacs. 5th place, the Barrie Colts. Number 4, you got the Oshawa Generals. Number 3, Sudbury. Number 2, the Peterborough Petes. And number 1 up top, you got the Brantford Bulldogs.
Okay.
Which, unfortunately, I think the East is the weaker one of the two conferences.
I agree. I think the West is a lot tougher and just.
You got your top 6 or 7 teams out West that could be top 10 in the league. So
the only one I'm a little surprised with your hot take is Brampton, and I know
if they're anything like last season, they'll get off to a great start. Be stellar, and then once the season progresses, maybe once we get into the holiday season and into the new calendar year, I feel like that's when they're going to start kind of slipping up and losing production.
Are there really only 10 teams each conference?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 20-team league. And
I know there's been rumors of potential expansions in the
Just
coming years.
where, though?
well, it'd be nice to have
Another fucking U.S. team?
Yeah, I'm saying Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I'm hoping Buffalo.
I'd say either Buffalo or Rochester.
I think Buffalo will make a lot more sense. More like most teams usually go through, or at least Eastern Conference teams already go through Buffalo when it comes to Erie.
Yeah.
Rochester, you gotta come stateside, which is already a pain in the ass. Coming, going across the border, regardless of which way you're going, up to Canada or down to the States. But you don't want to spend another 90 minutes to 2 hours in the bus, drive yourself up to Rochester, and then even on the way back. So Buffalo, I feel like that would be a smart choice if you're going stateside, or maybe even something in Michigan, like a Detroit area to rival Flint. But we already have those two Michigans.
Yeah, 2 Michigans. I would say get another one up closer to.
You got the Battle of Lake Erie. You got your Niagara, London, Erie, and then hopefully that, and then maybe another team up east, Eastern Ontario, but. I don't know where you can set one.
Yeah.
Not Mississauga again, because you saw how that is.
Yeah, so they couldn't even bring in 1,000 fans for their playoffs and that.
1,000 of their own fans, we should say.
Yeah.
Because I think majority of their fans were road team.
Yep.
So, we're going off the conferences here, boys.
Yeah, we're doing East first.
All right, Eastern Conference. Yeah, obviously another number 10's got to be Niagara because fuck 'em. Right, that's just the plain and simple fucking deal with it. Number 9, I'm gonna go ahead and actually say probably Brampton.
Oh wow.
Honestly.
Okay. So that's another hot take. Okay.
Yeah, I think Brampton's going to be number 9. Number 8, I'll put Kingston. 7, 7, oh, fuck. You know, we're going to put Barry at number 7. From there, we'll do Kingston at or I think I already said Kingston
Yeah, you
at
just.
8. So number 6, we'll put North Bay at 6. 5, I'll put Ottawa. I'll put Ottawa at 5.
Really picking your brain here, huh?
Well, because there's a couple of different options I could have. I'm going to say Oshawa at number 4. I'll put Brantford at 3. I don't think I've said Sudbury yet. I'll put Sudbury at 2 and then Peterborough at 1
Okay.
for the conference, for the Eastern Conference.
All right. So the Pete's actually have a bounce back here.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I have Niagara at number 10. Even though they are on a hot streak, and I don't think it's going to last by the time we get to the postseason. 9th, I have the Peterborough Petes. 8th place, I have the Ottawa 67s. 7th place, I have the Barrie Colts. 6th place, I have the Sudbury Wolves. 5th place, I have the Kingston Frontenacs. 4th, I have the Brantford Bulldogs. 3rd, I have the Oshawa Generals. 2nd place, I have the North Bay Battalion. And then number 1, I have the Steelheads, Brampton. And I might as well start in the West. I have in 10th place I have the Guelph Storm. I think they're gonna drop out of the playoffs this year.
You think so?
Oh yeah. I know last year their biggest issue was injuries, and then of course just couldn't score. Their forwards could not score whatsoever. So that's actually one of my hot takes. The Guelph Storm do miss the playoffs. 9th place, I have the Windsor Spitfire. They're definitely going to be much better than what they were last year. Sarnia, I see making it back to the playoffs in 8th place. 7th place, I have the Owen Sound Attack. 6th place, I have the Flint Firebirds. And honestly, from here on out, it can be interchangeable just because I think these 5 teams are going to be so competitive this year. But 5th place, I have the Saginaw Spirit, the defending Memorial Cup champions. 4th place, I have the Erie Otters.
Okay.
3rd place, I have the Kitchener Rangers. 2nd place, I have the Sioux Greyhounds. And then number 1, I have the defending OHL champions, the London Knights. Unfortunately.
It pains me to say
But I dude, just gotta get they seem like they never have a like hangover like from
They're-
when
they're-
they win a championship. Like they're so good in that.
They never have a hang. Like they're never in a rebuild. They're
No.
always top
They're
of the league.
always solid.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you want to go next, Ethan, or
Yeah, sure. For the West.
we East? I thought you said West.
For the West. Number 10. Number 10, I'm going to put Flint. 9. 9, I'm going to say Owen Sound. I don't think they'll finish very high this season.
Honestly, was really debated about it, putting them low this year
Yeah.
too.
Number 8, we are going to put Sarnia. Number 7, we'll put Guelph. 6, I think 6 is going to go to Kitchener. 5 is going to go to Erie. 4, I'll say Saginaw. 3, I'm gonna put Windsor.
Major jump from last place in the league to third in the West, huh?
I'm gonna say Windsor's gonna have a little bit of a bounce back, but that means number 2, I'm gonna put the Sioux Greyhounds.
Okay.
All right.
I know it's a little bit of a shot, but
I can't talk shit, and you'll see why when I do mine.
and then number 1, yeah, much as it fucking hurts me to say, the London Knights.
All right. So, for mine, you can do like a 3-4-3. Any one of these, three groups can kind of bounce back and forth between their respective positions or respective standings. So the bottom 3 will be Guelph, Sarnia, and Windsor. They'll be close. Obviously the West kind of came down to the last couple of games there last year. So I feel like that last spot is kind of like a hey. That last game or two, last couple days there, win it and you're in, lose you're out.
Yeah, the only one that wasn't nowhere close was Windsor last year.
Yeah, they had a shit year last year.
They
But
were so bad.
Yeah, they were last in the league
Yep.
last year.
yep. Oh, they lost I think 15 of the first 17 games, if I remember correctly.
Oi.
These next 4 obviously you can flip just depending on debates and everything. You got from 7 to 4 Flint, Owen Sound, Kitchener, and Erie. They I know last year it was for a while there 3 through 6 and then 4 through 6 were all kind of juggling and whatever. And then these last 3 out for debate. I think one's more of a firm, but 2 and 3 you again debating.
I'm guessing London's the pretty firm.
Yeah, London's the pretty firm number 1. I got Saginaw 2 and Sioux at 3. Again, those are up for debate. Obviously depending on how they come out of the holiday season and how strong they are. If they fall, they fall down to wherever. But I think they have the potential on paper. They tend to be pretty strong teams, but
Well, just like my one T-shirt says, fucking Buffalo hockey's good on paper.
I still like that shirt.
I love that shirt.
I'm so happy you picked that up when we were in Buffalo.
You want to know something crazy? I got that shirt almost 4 years ago now. Because that was just before I deployed.
No, was it seriously that long ago?
Yeah, I left Erie at the end of 2020. Or end of 2021, and I was gone from the end of 21 to almost the end of, actually around this time in 22.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been almost 4 years.
We gotta make another trip up to Buffalo.
Fuck yeah, we
Yeah.
Another just random. Hey, let's go to Buffalo this day.
do. Fuck yeah, we do. And then I've been out for almost 2 years now.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. So
Oh, I know I'm right, because I keep getting fucking phone calls being like, hey, we'll give you this much money. And I'm like, hey, I'll give you a foot up the fucking ass.
all right, let's jump over to NHL news. I'm trying to think of how they do it in French in Montreal. I don't know. I can't remember. You guys want to start with free agency here? Big free agent signings from the
Yeah.
off season that are notable.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm trying to see, go based off of teams here. I'll say Anaheim didn't really do anything this major. Boston.
I mean, we had Anthony Mantha signed a 1 year with Calgary, which that fucking hurt me very significantly because Calgary is where careers go to die.
Look at Huberdeau. I mean, I hate to say it, but look at Huberdeau.
Same with good old fucking Booger Sugar Kuznetsov.
He's over in the KHL right now.
Yeah, but before he left, he signed a 1 year with
Calgary.
Calgary.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know why my nose is so runny now. Oh my god, never mind.
Trying to see here. Jason Zucker signed with a 1 year contract with the Sabres.
Tyson Yost signed a 1 year with the Hurricanes. Same with Jack Roslovic, Martin Nikas, and Jack Drury too.
Peyton Krebs also re-signed with a 2 year contract with the Sabres. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen signed a 5 year with the Sabres.
Luukkonen.
James Reimer, he signed a 1 year with the Sabres.
Tuvo Teravainen and Tyler Bertuzzi both signed with fucking Chicago. Ugh.
Again, another place where careers go to die.
Yeah, that's no fucking joke. Nothing really out of Colorado.
Colorado has a pretty strong team. I mean,
Yeah.
once Nushkin comes out of the player assistance and, Landeskog gets healthy, then
JVR signed a 1 year with Columbus.
Columbus.
Ilya Labushkin signed a 3 year with Dallas. Same with Casey. I'm assuming that's Casey DeSmith. Yep.
Yeah, Casey Smith is now down in Dallas.
Matt Duchesne.
I'm just thinking of the song that I can't sing on air.
Matt Dumba.
That dumbass.
Fucking Magnus Hellberg.
That 6'7"
The
monstrosity.
Swedish giant.
Sean,
I'm sorry. I can't stop picturing him in that the one picture I saw at one of Detroit's camps where they had to goalies screen each other. And
It wasn't Detroit's camp. It was Seattle. It was.
That's right.
It was fucking Hellberg screening Grubauer.
And Grubauer's is the smallest guy, but
Grubauer is my height.
yeah, I mean he is the smallest guy, but
And Hellberg's got almost a foot on him.
he's got a full head over it.
Plus in skates.
Yeah, well, regardless skates or not, he's got a full head over Groovy.
Yeah.
another one, Ethan, you forgot for Columbus. Sean Monahan signed a 5 year
Yeah.
with
And
the
then
Blue Jays.
Detroit had some big ones.
I knew you were going to be happy about this. I knew.
Cam Talbot signed a 2 year, which that one I was not expecting at all. At fucking all. But I am so happy for it. They re-signed Lucas Raymond to an 8-year.
I'm so glad about that.
I'm glad.
I'm so glad about that.
I was really surprised. I know he was an RFA for them, but I was surprised nobody tried fucking sniping him. Honestly, like I was genuinely surprised he went through free agency untouched.
I really like Lucas Raymond a lot.
Well, just the thing they might have. He just said no. I want to stay here in Detroit.
So what I find interesting though is Mo is still he's still an RFA.
I thought these. Hold on.
No, they never re-signed him. At least not that I saw.
No, they did re-sign him.
Did they?
Yeah, they
Okay.
did. It just says restricted free agents. They did say that actually no, they never mind.
And then the big one that Kyle and Colin and everybody else in the studio but me were upset with, Vladimir Tarasenko signs a 2-year with the Detroit Red Wings. Which I know what my next jersey is going to be.
Eat my ass.
I know the brink is going to be.
And I thought it was so funny too, because I mean he was on the cusp of signing with Pittsburgh. Like he was so close to signing with Pittsburgh. And then of course the fucking Iser plan comes back into full effect.
I still believe in the Iser plan.
Oh, I'm a very heavy believer and very big fan of the Iser plan.
Edmonton, they re-signed Connor Brown to a 1-year deal.
Adam Henrique signed a
Corey Perry re-signed with the Oilers.
They did re-sign Sider.
Oh,
Did
they
they?
did.
Yeah, 7-year, $59.85 million contract, which comes out to $8.55 a year.
That's still pretty fucking good.
Yeah, back on September 19th of 24.
Oh, so this was only
Not
a
even
few weeks back.
not even a month ago. That's the thing. So, thankfully, Sider's staying in.
I'm
Detroit.
glad. about
Okay,
it.
because if he was still an RFA, I'm gonna be like, how has he not been fucking taken?
Very young, like really good. Actually,
And-
very young, good defenseman in that.
Yeah, he's freakishly young.
Because obviously he was taken right before Jamie Drysdale was in the 2020 draft, and that just a couple slots. Stuart Skinner. Actually, I'm sorry. Jeff Skinner signed a 1-year contract with the Oilers, and Adam Henrique signed a 2-year contract with the Oilers.
Yeah. No, dude, I still can't get. I know you guys are gonna tell me to fuck myself, and that's fine. I still cannot believe that Tarasenko's in Detroit. Like it almost. Like I saw a picture of him wearing the fucking winged wheel. As much as I love it, it's fucking weird.
Just
Honestly-
like seeing Stammer in Nashville.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember when they were taking his player pictures. I was like, oh, I hate it.
He's only good in the blue and white.
I say he looks much better in the blue and white.
I'm like, oh, I actually hate that. Well, it was like when fucking Bert got sent to Boston.
Yeah.
When Bert got sent to Boston, I was like, ugh.
Bert, yeah.
And then-
And then he went from Boston to
Dude,
fucking Toronto, and I was just like, ugh.
and now he's in Chicago, and he's like,
Chicago's at least not too bad.
the jerseys aren't bad, but the team is awful.
Oh yeah, the team's dog shit. I'm not denying that the team isn't dog shit, but yeah, no, I genuinely wonder how fucking Stevie Y pulled that off. Like
Stevie Y, that's why.
and that's not me trying to come at it from a point of arrogance because that's my team. I'm genuinely fucking curious because going into free agency, Vlad Tarasenko was arguably the hottest free agent out of the entire free agency from this past season.
Between him and Jake Gensel, I mean. But
Jake Gensel, and fucking Stammer.
But regardless of who you support, who you root for, it's the fucking Yzer plan. That's it. That's all that it comes down to. That's all I have to say about it.
Yeah.
Gosh.
nothing really big in Florida because they had to get rid of a lot because of over cap.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, that's why Tarasenko was kind of probably left. I guarantee he would have stayed if they weren't. Los Angeles, they signed Warren Fogle and what's his first? Another big one, Edmonton side, Victor Arvidsson they also re-signed him. But Fogle got signed to the Kings. Quentin Byfield signed a 5-year contract with the Kings. Which I'm kind of glad he's staying in LA.
Yeah.
Nothing really major in Minnesota.
No, there were some big ass signings
Yeah, there
for
were some-
free agency this past year.
There were a ton. Obviously, Steven Stamkos and Jonathan Marchessault all signed with the Nashville Predators.
Nashville's going to be fucking crazy this year.
With the
dude.
fact that, like, they're going to be insane.
Oh, they're going to be. Honestly, I think I'm going to watch Nashville a little bit closer this year because I'm really curious to see how Stammer does with them.
Yeah.
How both Stammer and Marchessault do.
And they got their backup goaltender. They signed Scott Wedgwood to a 2-year contract.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
He'll obviously more likely be the backup to Saros and that.
Yeah, to the juice.
Juice.
But
Brendan Dillon signed a contract with the. I'm not too thrilled of him being back in the Metro.
who, Brendan Dillon?
Yeah,
I forgot you don't like him.
He's just was a goon when Washington and that. I just didn't care for. I was glad when he went to Winnipeg. I was like, thank God he's out of the Metro, and then he's
just
now
like,
back.
hey,
Now I'm
real
back.
quick, I'm just going to slide right back in.
Thomas Tatar signed a 1 year with the Devils.
With Jersey. Which I think that's good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I would love to have Tommy Tats back in fucking the Motor City, especially with all the young talent that's on Detroit now, I think it'd be great. But I mean, beggars can't be choosers. I'll support him wherever he goes. I always liked him when he was with Detroit. When he hasn't been with Detroit, I'll always support the Tats.
Anthony Declaire signed a 4-year contract with the New York Islanders.
Boy.
Nothing really major in the Big Apple and with the Rangers. Nothing really big with the Senators. Same thing with Buffalo. Honestly, the two biggest ones with Pittsburgh was I'm glad Anthony Beauvillier.
Jinx.
Like, I'm glad that was one I was really happy about Pittsburgh signing, and then obviously the Islanders Sebastian Aho. But
Defenseman Sebastian Aho.
yeah,
No? Yeah, seriously, defenseman Sebastian Aho. Really? They're all so freaking dumbfounded by that.
Wait, Pittsburgh signed?
yeah.
Holy fuck! I did not.
It's the defense.
I must have completely missed that.
Oh,
I still remember when we heard Sebastian, we're like, wait. We're like,
well, you were all so freaking dumbfounded by it. That's the thing.
We're like, how can you play for two teams in the same fucking league?
I think that's
Same
funny.
league, same division.
We're like, oh.
Can you, can you imagine those two teams play together?
I remember.
What was it? Islanders and Carolina, I think is what it
Islanders.
was.
Well, at the time, yeah, Islanders in Carolina. So
Can you imagine that? Him having to pull double duty, just have half and half a jersey sewed together.
I don't know how what you would do when in those situations. Like just stand at center ice and just pass the puck to whoever.
I remember when we found out it was Sebastian coming. We're like, we're like, which one? And then we're like, defenseman. We're like, oh,
We were all so freaking depressed. We're like, oh, we're almost as heartbroken as us not signing Tarasenko, but that's a whole different conversation.
Yep. San Jose, obviously, they signed Tyler Toffoli to a 4-year contract with the Sharks. Matty Beniers signed a 7-year contract with the Seattle Kraken.
Release the crackheads.
Nothing really big in St. Louis.
St. Louis. Oh yeah. St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Really not too much in Tampa.
Fucking Champa Bay.
A lot in Toronto. Chris Tanev, Ekin Larson, and Max Domi all have signed with the Maple Leafs. Matt Murray signed with the Maple Leafs to a 1-year.
And now he's on waivers.
Yep. Those are some of the big ones for Toronto. Nothing really too big in Utah. Jake DeBrusk signed a 7-year contract with the Vancouver Canucks. Dayton Heinen signed a 2-year with the Canucks.
I still don't like the fact that DeBrusk is in Vancouver.
Yeah. Ilya Samsonov and Victor Olterson, they signed with the Vegas Golden Knights.
The Vegas Injury Reserves.
Pretty much.
Vegas injured reserve.
Because I
That's
guarantee.
probably what they are.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Because what's going to happen again this year? Mark Stone's going to go back on the.
On LTIR
Yep.
until Game 1 of the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Who is that?
Mark
Mark
Stone.
Stone.
Oh,
He's done that every year for the past 2 years or 3 years.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Obviously, just a shout out. Taylor Radish is reunited with Dylan Strome in Washington. He signed a 1-year with the Caps. But nothing really major. Connor McMichaels, he re-signed with Washington. Another one we missed in Toronto. Max Pacioretty, he signed with Toronto.
Ew. Gross.
Well, I guess that now he would likes to leave after one round. So.
And that's really all the real big ones that have happened. And
in free agency.
Yep.
Now big trades. Going back August 13th, the Penguins acquired Cody Glass from Nashville for Jordan Frasca, a third and 25 and a sixth in 2026. Another one on August 18th, the Sharks, the San Jose Sharks, acquired defenseman Cody Ceci, a third round pick in 25 from the Oilers for defenseman Ty Emberson. On the 19th, we got the Canadiens acquiring forward Patrick Laine, a second round pick in 2026 from CBJ for defenseman Jordan Harris.
One thing me and you and I, Colin, were talking about this at the Otters game last week. It just sucks. Like, he was looking for a fresh start after leaving Columbus, and he immediately gets hurt in Montreal.
That was such a brutal hit.
Yeah.
Even
I don't think I saw it.
I'll show you later, but like that was such a fucking brutal hit. Knee on knee, you could tell he stuck his knee out.
Was that the Line A hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the still frame of his leg, and I was like,
4 to 6 months on IR.
how old is Line A? He's not quite Crosby's age, right?
Oh hell no.
Is he even 30?
No.
Really?
No,
26. He was born April 19th of 1998.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, he's only a couple months older than you. He was
a
he
year older than me.
he was taken second overall in Matthews' draft back in 2016.
What?
Yeah. He's young. Just the face, the bamboozlement on.
Whoa! I did not know Line was that fucking young.
He looks older than what he actually
Yeah.
He looks old as shit. He's aged like fucking milk. Like,
I have no room to talk shit. I hope you know, because like with the facial hair, I look like I'm in my mid-30s. Without it, I look like I'm 12 years old.
I mean, I can't talk shit either because I'm the same way.
But either way, like you are right. He does look like he's old as fuck.
He looks like a fucking build your own character in NHL, bro.
I think what stunk about Line is, like, even Montreal, like, every time he was touching the puck, even in those preseason games, like, everyone was, like, was hyped and like applauding him and cheering him on, and just that tells you how excited they were to actually have
Having another another superstar with the experience of Vladimir.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I saw the still frame. I didn't watch the actual clip of the hit, but I did see the still frame of it, and I was like, oh.
Yeah,
Like I wouldn't wish that upon anybody in the NHL.
even except Tom Wilson.
Honestly, even him. Like that was just fucking brutal.
Yeah, I'll pull up the video here once we're done, but like...
Yeah, it was, but you could tell, even just from the still frame of it, you could tell it was directly knee on knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell he stuck his left knee out to really fuck up Line A.
Which, part of me wants to say I get it, but at the same time, that's fucked up. Like, whether you like Line A or not, that's fucked.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that should not be allowed. And I know it's not allowed, but there needs to be some pretty heavy fucking repercussions for that. Like, not just a fine, like, I'm talking, like, potential, like, season end suspension.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, this is his first offense, you know. I see a couple games suspension with the fine, but I don't imagine a. And then the last big trade,
But that was just me. That's just me spitballing.
last big trade on August 22nd, a couple of top prospects between Pittsburgh and Winnipeg. Pittsburgh acquires Rutger McGrory from Winnipeg for Brandon Yeager.
Honestly, that's not horrible. I mean, I know a lot. Yeager was a big prospect, like a top. But I think Rakut is more ready than Yeager. Like he's more NHL ready compared to where Jaeger, he's going to be staying with Moose Jaw another year and that. So like he's not.
He's not ready to go.
So honestly, that one did not. I'm fine with that trade.
All right. After that, let's finally jump into NHL standings predictions. So, this time I know we started in the East for the O. So why don't we start in the West for the N for the NHL? Starting in the Pacific Division, I'll get it going. Going from 8 to 1, I got San Jose and Anaheim, Calgary, Seattle, Vancouver, Vegas, not surprised, the LA Kings, and Edmonton finishing on top of that division.
Okay.
Which division are we starting in?
Pacific.
Pacific.
The specific division.
Okay.
They play in the Pacific Ocean. I couldn't be more Pacific.
Shut up.
All right, I'll go here. Eighth, dead last, I have the San Jose Sharks. Seventh place, I have the Anaheim Ducks. Sixth place, I have the Calgary Flames. Fifth place, I have the Seattle Kraken. Fourth place, I have the LA Kings. Third place, I have the Canucks. Second place, the Golden Knights. And then number 1, I have the Edmonton Oilers.
For the Pacific Division.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, number 8, from 8 to 1, I have San Jose. I have San Jose, Seattle, Vancouver, Vegas.
You really have Vegas as number 5 in the division?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a shot.
Vancouver, I'm kind of surprised with Vancouver too, honestly. But I know they all surprised us last year.
I'm gonna say Calgary, Anaheim, Edmonton, and LA.
Really? You have Anaheim at number 3.
Yeah,
That's a hot take if I ever hear one.
Yeah.
it's a hot take, but I'm gonna roll with it because I'm known for making shitty hot takes. We've had 5 seasons of shitty Ethan hot takes.
And all 5 seasons we've dissed you for it. You and Bobo.
But at least with mine, I've gotten somewhat close too.
Well, and that's if you're Bobo back in 2020, Dallas being in 7th place.
Which, I mean, yeah, that was the one team out of 32 that he had.
Well, I'm talking about the Central there.
Yeah.
Speaking of Central, let's hit it up. So, Jeff, you want to start with this guy? This one?
In 8th, dead last, I have the Chicago Blackhawks.
Wow, we wiped the shock off my face.
Shocker. 7th place, I have the St. Louis Blues. 6th place, I have the Minnesota Wild. 5th place, I have Utah. 4th place, I have the Nashville Predators. 3rd place, I have the Winnipeg Jets. 2nd place, I have the Colorado Avalanche. And 1st place, I have the Dallas Stars.
All right, Ethan.
Nashville and Winnipeg, I feel like, are going to be the ones that can be honestly.
So again, I'm just gonna do all of mine 8 to 1. So Chicago, Minnesota, St. Louis, Utah, I didn't say Colorado already, did I? Colorado.
There goes a hot take.
Oh.
Let's see. Nashville. I think I have Minnesota left. And,
No, you got
Yours.
Minnesota.
who do I have left? Let's see.
Dallas, Winnipeg.
Winnipeg and then Dallas.
Having Colorado that low is honestly
Every season we do this, I expect you to be better when it comes to these hot takes, but every year you surprise me with your shitty hot takes, man. I mean, they're your hot takes, and I get that. I understand. It's just,
Again, we have our own opinions.
I get it. I respect that. It's your own opinion. So
I don't know. I feel like with how hot Colorado here's my reasoning for specifically Colorado. With how hot they've been the last year or two, the last 2 seasons.
couple seasons.
Yeah, the last 2 or 3 seasons. They're bound for an off year. Like that momentum can't just keep fucking going.
Obviously, they got upset by Seattle 2 seasons ago, and then get knocked out last year. And that.
So they're bound for. I feel like with such the hot streak that they had, they're bound for at least 2 off seasons, 2 rougher seasons.
Well, I guess that you can make the same kind of debate. I mean, look at Tampa at the beginning of the decade. They went to 3 straight, Cup finals. Won the first 2, lost the third one to Colorado. Granted, they lost in the first round the past couple of years. Won to Toronto, which I'm still not happy about, and then the past couple of years to Florida. So
I think Tampa is going to be one of those teams that's going to have a little bit of an easier fucking bounce back year. Because a lot of their bigger players normally don't stay on IR too long if they are on IR. The bigger one being for Colorado, somebody like Gabe Landeskog.
I mean, you got two of your big 4 out indefinitely: Gabriel Landeskog and
Nichushkin, Valerie Nichushkin.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, until those 2 can come back healthy and try and get back to where they were, like their cup eras, I see Colorado, I will see Colorado be a mid-card at best. Because again, you don't see that with Tampa. At most, the most injury-prone member currently on Tampa is Victor Hedman. And even then, that's few and far between.
He's at a game here, a game there, maybe 2 games here.
Yeah, it's not like he's missing weeks and weeks and weeks of the fucking season. He's out, like you said, a game, maybe 2. So, that's why, again, until those 2 come back and we see where they're at, if they come back, that's why they're going to be a mid-card for me.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That's my reasoning.
No, I
have a lot of respect for it.
I understand and I see where you're coming from your POV.
And I also have to give a lot of respect to them because they have made do very well without the 2 of them on. They've picked up a lot of that fucking slack because Gabe Landeskog is a heavy hitter.
I think
now
that you think about it, Ethan, the other thing I could think of where you are coming from too is also goaltending with Colorado. So why
they don't have a super solid tandem for goaltending. Where with Tampa Bay, you have Andrei Vasilevsky in between the pipes.
Who could be, that deal breaker, like, hey, if he's on, you're gonna fucking win tonight. Like
he's on, and if the other team's gonna win, they're gonna fucking work for it. Like he's no slouch of a goaltender by any stretch of the imagination. So that's just kind of my logic on it. Is I respect the hell out of Colorado as a team, but they are missing 2 very big components to be back to where they were when they won their last cup.
Okay, that's valid enough.
So, I know it's a hot take and I know it's crazy, but that's the reason.
Honestly, you kind of, I would say, pretty good on your explanation there.
I can't say anything that's not going to make me look like an ass. Like, I'm sorry, you're right. So
It's just, you kind of, as much as people jump the fucking gun up, be like, you don't know fucking hockey. Slow down and really read between the fucking lines. That's really what it comes down to, is reading between the fucking lines. Like, they're a great team. Nathan McKinnon, fucking powerhouse. Absolutely. But he's not the same as he was when he had Landeskog with him.
you know, Nate McKinnon can only do so much. You know, Cale Makar can only do so much.
Exactly. So
Yep.
that's my thinking. You guys can think whatever the hell you want, but
All right, I'm gonna finish up the Central here. You know, no surprise, Chicago's in last place.
right.
Utah, I got 7th. 6th is Minnesota. And I got 5th place in St. Louis. 4th place, Winnipeg. 3rd place, Colorado. 2nd place, Nashville. Which leaves Dallas at the number 1 slot for that Central Division.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly,
I think that's the first time too that we've all agreed who's going to be number 1 on a division,
It's
or
Dallas.
one of the first times being Dallas.
Yeah. Because honestly, I feel like Winnipeg, Nashville, and Colorado, I think, are very interchangeable. Honestly, in that division, it's just the
You said Winnipeg, Nashville, and Colorado.
yeah. I feel like
Yeah,
those-
I feel like
those three-
it's going to be, out of all of that division, I feel like the tightest competition is going to be between those 3 teams.
Numbers 2 through 4, and who ends up getting that other wild card spot? Because like really looking at the West, I mean, you got to toss up between 3 teams. You know, I feel like for the West, you got the lowest finishing team out of those 3 teams between Nashville, Colorado, Winnipeg, and you also got teams like Vancouver, Seattle, Calgary, Vegas, all competing for that second wild card spot. It's like,
I think I can confidently say that it is kind of a stretch to say Vegas to be shooting for that wild card.
I'm just saying because look at 2 years ago when they missed the playoffs, they only missed by a point or 2 up to the second wild card spot.
Right, but also look at who they have lost since that time.
Lost and gained, kind of thing.
Yeah, so I guess it's just really gonna come down to how the new additions to their team fill the shoes of the ones that they lost. One of the bigger ones being somebody like Marchessault. I mean, whoever's they're slotting to fill Marchessault's shoes or fill his skates is gonna have a fucking task at hand. And then, of course, Mr. fucking IR King, Mark Stone. I mean, they're gonna have to pick up that slack too.
Yeah, because I know Eichel's probably going to be picking up a lot, be putting a lot.
Which is a shame because I like Mark Stone as a person, but it's like, dude, you are kind of a fucking bum. You're kind of a pussy. I'm sorry. You're kind of a pussy. And Mark Stone, if you ever somehow listen to this podcast, I mean it.
And Jack Eichel's going to be putting a lot more on his shoulders with Vegas as well. And that.
But the thing is Jack Eichel can do it because he's finally got a team around him that allows him to do it.
That's Jack Eichel finally be Jack
Eichel.
Yep.
I still can't get over the whole situation with him in Buffalo. That was so fun.
Out of my time of, because obviously Buffalo is, I would consider my second favorite team. That was probably that whole situation with Buffalo is probably, that whole thing with Eichel is probably the worst thing.
And it's
that
just like
pissed
the
me
only
off
other
with
good good player that was on that team was the fucking Fossil.
Dahlin was pretty good at the time. Even though he was still young at the time, but like
Yeah, I would say he was young, but if it wasn't fucking Jack Eichel, it was Kyle Okposo.
Mm-hmm.
And
Get that Fossil off the ice.
which is crazy to me that he finally fucking retired.
I even made
After
the
what, 17 seasons in the NHL? It was like 17 or 18 seasons in the NHL.
I even said like when he retired, like the Fossil has finally
Well,
retired.
I remember I saw that article. I think I may have been like just getting home from work when I saw that article, and I physically in my car was just like, "Fucking finally!"
He's drafted in 2006.
So
after 18 years.
yeah, 18 years,
Yeah.
and damn near nothing to show for it.
Well, minus the one cup, but he went out on
Who
top.
did he win a cup with?
Florida.
He,
And he got a bonus like in his contract, but like with after getting traded, like his bonus was like he'd get a 500,000 like 500,000 bonus or what?
Yeah, all paid for by
Does Buffalo
Buffalo.
say?
It's crazy.
Wait. Hold on. So, let me get this straight. This is when he got traded to Buffalo, or sent to Buffalo, correct?
Florida.
No, yeah, this past season, before the trade deadline, he was traded to Florida from Buffalo for, I don't even remember what, and I don't give a shit what. But he was traded to Florida and helped them win their first Stanley Cup. Well, as a part of the contract that he signed at Buffalo, if he helps the team that he's on,
Win the cup.
he gets a bonus of like $500,000. Well, Florida won the cup, and then money was paid to him from none other than the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah.
So pretty much, as of right now, Buffalo is Florida's minor league team because you got former players like Kyle Caposo,
Sam Reinhart.
Evan Rodriguez,
Sam Bennett.
all come from Buffalo to Florida to win a cup. So Buffalo pretty much is Florida's minor league team.
I just can't wait for the announcement at the end of the season. Your newest addition to the ECHL, the Buffalo Sabres. In affiliation with the Florida Panthers, the Buffalo Sabres.
The next banner going up at the KeyBank Center. There's all the players the Sabres have given have won a state.
And in memorabilia of their time here in Buffalo.
Oh shit! Oh, that's fucking funny.
You just gotta feel bad for these Sabres fans, you know?
Dude, you know what? I want one of the fucking 1,000 Buffalo Sabres stores up in downtown Buffalo. I want them to make that a shirt. Buffalo Sabres, the official affiliate team of the Florida Panthers. I would buy one of those so fucking quick.
You know what's crazy? Looking back at all the players that were in Buffalo for a period of time, and then got traded away and won a cup elsewhere. You got Ryan O'Reilly when he won with St. Louis.
Yeah.
You got Jack Eichel when he won it with Vegas. All the players we stated before. Florida.
They really are an affiliate team. like that's what it is they really are an affiliate team.
It's crazy.
The Buffalo affiliates.
All right, moving on to none other than
The Buffalo minor leagues.
the Atlantic with the Buffalo Sabres, the official OHL team of New York.
Right. Dude, can you imagine? That would be some shit. Imagine us going to like an Otters game and it's like, you have the Erie Otters versus the Buffalo Sabres. It's just like, wait, hold on.
I thought they were an NHL team.
Surprise!
We decided.
Fucking Gary Bettman comes out and be just like, yeah, so
we
this is
decided
a
to
thing.
downgrade.
This is a thing. Have fun with it. What?
You do your thing, kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
We decided to downgrade the Sabres to a
Oh,
development league.
do you know how much I would pay to see the entire Buffalo Sabres roster versus RJ King?
Oh.
Do you know how much I would pay to fucking see that? That would be hilarious to watch.
I would put my mortgage on the line for that. I hope you know.
Oh yeah, I'd fucking put pink slips on my car for that. Like, that would be funny.
All right, Ethan, who'd you got for the Atlantic here?
For for the Atlantic. All right, so 8-1 again. We have Buffalo. We have Ottawa. We have Montreal. We have we have Toronto. Fuck, man. I'm gonna put Tampa Bay up there. Then Detroit, Boston, and then the defending Stanley Cup champions in the Florida Panthers.
All right, my 8-1. Montreal, Ottawa. For whatever reason, I have this minor league team in 6th place. I don't know what it is, but a minor league team in 6th place. Tampa in 5th. Detroit finally making the playoffs again.
Just to lose in the first round again.
But at least get back to.
Just take the compliment that you guys are making the playoffs again.
Oh, I'll take it.
Watch
this be the year that Detroit goes all the way. I'd shit. Oh, I would shit. But if you think about it, now is the most potential that they will have because they have experienced players now in guys like Vladimir Tarasenko and Cam Talbot.
And the fact that they literally almost made it in last year, but only
They have no. I'm going to pull a Kyle here and say they have absolutely no excuse this year. Like their team is the most stacked it has been in over a fucking decade. Like since the Zetterberg era. I mean, like let's call a fucking spade here real quick. And like Detroit is the most stacked it has been damn near in my lifetime. They have absolutely no... I don't even give a shit if they lose in the first round. They have no excuse to miss the playoffs this year.
Just make the playoffs. Just make the playoffs.
That's all I want. Just make the playoffs. If they go deep into the playoffs, oh, I'm fucking ecstatic. They make it to the Cup final. I'm gonna be a little kid again. Because it'll be like the last time I watched Detroit win a cup back in 2008. Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing with us in the Dodgers. Just make the fucking playoffs.
That's all I want. Just make the fucking playoffs. But I think they are going to use Tarasenko to his absolute max because he is one now on the team with the most fucking playoff experience.
Honestly, like that top 6 is going to be really insane.
Mine is Patrick Kane.
I keep forgetting fucking Kane is there. So.
I'm sorry. Between those two players, you got 5 Stanley Cups. You got Kane in 10, 13, and 15. You got Tarasenko in 17 and now in 24. So you got 5.
You got 13 with as well for.
I said 13. 10, 13, 15.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you got 5 Stanley Cups
between 2 players.
2 fucking players. You have guys who know what it takes to win. You have guys who
know what fucking playoff hockey is like.
Like what you have to sacrifice to get to not only to the finals, but to fucking win it all. Like you at this point,
I promise you, if Detroit even makes it to the final, I'll be over the fucking moon. If they manage to somehow pull it out of their ass and raise Lord Stanley this year, I'll fucking cry. Like I will wholeheartedly.
It'll be a Cinderella story.
Oh, it'll 100% be a Cinderella story because again, it'll be the first time Detroit has raised the cup in 16 fucking years. Like the last time they raised the cup, I was a little kid. I remember watching them raise the cup.
We were the summer between 4th and 5th grade.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I'll say it was between my 3rd and my 4th grade year.
So
So all I want them though is I just want them to make the playoffs because they have zero excuse to miss them this year.
Agreed.
And if they miss the playoffs this year, then that tells me that they were not fucking pushing themselves. And they were not giving 110% of themselves on that ice. Alright, that's my rant.
My top 3, I got Toronto at 3, Boston at 2, and no surprise, Florida at numero uno.
from my 8-1, 8th place is the Montreal Canadiens. 7th place is the Ottawa Senators. 6th place is the Buffalo Sabres. 5th place is the Detroit Red Wings. 4th place is the Tampa Bay Lightning. 3rd place is the Maple Leafs. 2nd place the Boston Bruins, and then number 1 is your defending Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. It's honestly gonna be it's gonna be a battle between Tampa and Detroit. Like, it's really gonna be. It's gonna come down to those two, like, battling it out for that final wild card spot.
All right, Metro. 8th place, the Blue Jackets. I'm sorry, you lost 2 stars. One via trade, one via unfortunate dumb accident. Number 7, I got Philadelphia. Number 6, I got the Capitals. 5, I have the Devils.
Okay.
4th place, maybe making that second wild card spot, maybe not, depending on how the Atlantic winds up. The Pittsburgh Pittsburgh Penguins. Number 3, I got the Islanders. Number 2, Carolina. And you guessed it, the Blue Coats at the number 1 in the Metro.
Right on. So, yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Colin. Number 8, Columbus. It's an unfortunate thing, though.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. Number 7, give me the Capitals. Number 6, give me the Flyers. Number 5, I'm actually going to put Pittsburgh. I'm going to say they're just going to miss the cusp of a playoff berth.
Fair enough.
Number 4, I'm going to do Jersey. Number 3, give me Carolina. Number 2, the Isles. And, yeah, number 1, I'm going to have the Blue Coats taking the Metro, which I would say they're my second favorite team.
Nice.
So,
8th place, unfortunately, I have the Columbus Blue Jackets. One thing I do know for sure, even though they are going to be dead last, unfortunately, in the Metro this year, but I think they are going to be really playing for pride, just for pride this year, in all honesty. 7th place, I have the Washington Capitals. 6th place, I have the Pittsburgh Penguins. 5th place, I have the New York Islanders. 4th place, I have the Philadelphia Flyers. 3rd place, I have the New Jersey Devils. 2nd place, I have the Carolina Hurricanes. And then number 1, the Big Apple, the New York Rangers.
All right. That's not bad. Do we have any other news? Any other big things?
Not really.
I really can't say too much of anything. Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, that wraps up here. Opening night for the Buckbusters. I know we're late, and we gotta apologize, but
Life has gotten in the way, but it is what it is.
I'd say definitely, hopefully, by the time hopefully by the time the holidays are over, I think we should hopefully be more back to normal in that to what we have been the last.
hopefully by November, the month of November, maybe December, we're back on our regular scheduled programming here. Just social media, we'll try and keep you up to date as much as we can. I know we've been kind of like our professional account hasn't been too active up until a couple weeks, like maybe a week or two ago, but personal accounts are obviously always active. So keep an eye out for it. Otherwise, we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
See ya.
Bye.